Alexandra Abramova is here with you, and the next edition of the SportLife program is on the air. Hello. Let's start as usual with the latest news from the world of mixed martial arts. Recall that on the night of May 7 till 8, the 274th UFC Fight Night took place in Arizona, where the former lightweight champion of the organization, Ferguson, suffered another defeat in the third most important bout. The athlete was knocked out by an accurate high kick to the head, after which he could not continue the fight. Sometime later, the athlete announced a short-term memory loss and told the fans about the further plans. The bright knockout performed by Michael Chandler not only caused a storm of emotions among MMA fans around the world, but also, as it became known, turned off Ferguson for more than a couple of minutes. On his page on social networks, Shlemenko admitted that he does not remember a single second of all the events that happened to him from the beginning of the second round until he came to himself already in the ambulance. Many experts assume that in the case of another defeat, Ferguson will give up trying to regain the belt and possibly will end his career. However, Tony made it known that he intends to study all his mistakes and is already continuing training. He's grateful that he is healthy and complains only for headaches in the mornings. A legendary fighter, founder of the Storm School, Alexander Shlemenko, signed a contract for a fight with Magomed Ismailov, which will be held this summer in Yekaterinburg under the auspices of the RCC organization. MMA fans been talking about the possibility of holding this fight since January of this year. However, the official signing of the contract for the fight took place only on May 12. The reason for such a long resolution of the situation was Ismailov's injury. That is why the estimated date of the fight had to be postponed to August-September. However, now we have every chance to expect a meeting of athletes in June or July. Shlemenko's last performance took place in October last year as part of the UFC 42 tournament, where the legendary fighter defeated compatriot Artur Huseynov and won the 61st career victory with 13 defeats. In the same month, Ismailov's latest entry to the octagon took place, which ended prematurely with a defeat from Vladimir Moiseev by a technical knockout in the third round. Magomed's record is 17 successful fights, 3 unsuccessful, and 1 draw decision. It is worth noting that both athletes are left-handed. Experts note Ismailov's greater experience in conducting 5-round bouts with work on all fronts. However, most of the opinions tend to the fact that in this fight the forces are equal and that we should not expect an early end of the fight. Already on this weekend, Anapa will host another MMA Series tournament in the cooperation with the Krasnodar club Kuzna. We have already told you about the performances of the most anticipated athletes of the upcoming fight night. Today, we will find out the names of their opponents. In the tournament MMA Series 51 Blacksmith, the audience is waiting for 2 super bouts, 8 fights within the main card, and 3 bouts of the upper part of the card where debutants perform. The main battle of the upcoming evening will be the performance of Viktor Kolesnik, who has 20 victories and 4 defeats. The athlete is on the path of 3 successful fights and recently finished his fights mainly by knockouts, although most of his professional career he preferred to bring fights to the decision of the judges. His opponent will be the Egyptian athlete Mahmoudov ABDEL RAZEK with a record of 7-3. Despite the smaller number of professional performances, Mahmoud, just like his opponent, is unpredictable in the conduct of the duel. Fights with his participation can last both entire distance and end with knockouts. At the same time, the athlete also won his last 3 fights. The coming fight of the evening will be the confrontation of the knockouter who is not afraid of more experienced opponents, Freymanov with a record of 9-1, and the Iranian lightweight Yousefi, who has 14 wins and 7 defeats. The Iranian has an impressive record and the ability to finish fights both ahead of schedule and following the results of 3 full rounds. But the fighter has not performed since the end of the 20th year. Most likely, it will be extremely important for Yousefi to win the upcoming battle in order to resume his career with a victory. As part of the main card of the MMA Series 51, we will see even more experienced fighters in the octagon. Let's start with Anatoly Moiseev, who has already performed twice on our side and both times won by knockout in the first round. His new opponent will be Karaev. Anatoly Moiseev is an experienced kickboxer who started his way into MMA in October of the 20th year. Since then, the athlete has held 4 fights at the professional level, didn't suffer a single defeat, and never allowed the fight to go beyond the first round. The athlete began his career in mixed martial arts at the 17th MMA Series tournament, where Anthony Serra was defeated in the first minute. A bit later, already at the 27th event, the more experienced Konstantin Chernyshenko was knocked out. Moiseev's new opponent will be Kyrgyz athlete Nurjigit Karaev, who cannot find stability in his professional path. He has 8 wins and the same number of defeats, as well as 1 draw. At the same time, Nurjigit failed his latest 4 fights, 2 of which took place on the side of the series. We will expect another fight with interest. Maxim Kolosov, who prefers to finish his fights ahead of schedule but also knows how to keep the full distance, will meet with top MMA star Igor Blashkevich, who has 4 wins and 2 defeats. In the career of a fighter, their performances in hardcore fighting, Punch Club, Godzilla, USF, let's see what the athlete will be able to demonstrate at the tournament according to the rules of professional MMA. The remaining participants of the main card of the 51st event will be fighters who are also already familiar to our viewers. Nikitenko, who competed at the 40th tournament in September last year and defeated Zorandov by knockout in the first round, will meet with Azerbaijani athlete Ismailov Mahmoudov, who has 2 wins and 2 losses. Nikolai's record is 2-2. Vasily Rudenko will enter the octagon of the series for the 3rd time. The athlete's last performance on our side took place at the 44th event, where Ikramov Kamiljan was knocked out in the 1st minute 21st second of the initial round. The athlete's new opponent will be Islam Jumaev, who represents Uzbekistan and has 2 successful fights on his account. Another athlete that we already know will be Grigory Mishin, who knocked out Ricardo Pala last September as part of the 40th event. Mishin has 2 victories on his account. The fighter's opponent will be Numanov from Tajikistan, who has an identical record. Boev, who successfully debuted in the framework of the 34th event and completed a fight against Ruslan Bigzat with a submission in the middle of the 1st round, will reappear at our tournament. This time, he will share a cage with Maxim Kostrov, for whom this will be the first fight at the professional level. 3 preliminary card fights, in which mainly debutants meet, may open up new names because we know a lot of cases of bright career starts on the MMA Series platform. So don't miss the start of the live broadcast of the 51st tournament this Saturday, May 31st at 7 p.m. Moscow time. It was the SportLife program and its presenter Alexandra Abramova. Stay with us, follow the news of the series on our website and on social networks, and see you on the air of the MMA-TV.com every Thursday.